everybody. Today's Corset conversation is extra special, and I'm going to try not to cry during it. Beautiful Princess Mariah is back for the very first time tonight after being diagnosed with leukemia. And so we're going to talk about her story, and tonight she is donating her time and serving the little Friends of Kids with Cancer, and so is giving back to the kids that have the same diagnosis that she has gone through herself. Princess Mariah, you want to tell us, how about it first? Let's tell how long you've been with Dreamtime, including the time that you've missed, and just when did you start?
So I think the first summer I worked for Dreamtime was 2022. I had just moved home from college and I was also engaged, so it was a pretty exciting season in my life. I just worked for that one summer. I got married in June of 2023, and then I took off that summer because I was newly married, honeymooned in Hawaii. And then the next summer in 2024, I worked with Dreamtime again up until I was diagnosed in August of 2024. So,
and what was it like getting that diagnosis? Feelings did you have? What did you go through with that?
Yeah, it was definitely the scariest moment of my life. I found out through a phone call that my doctor made. Yeah, and I had been sick for over a year, and it had just been getting worse and worse, and I hadn't had an answer, and doctors had kind of looked at me like I was crazy because I looked young and healthy on the outside. So yeah, it definitely changed my life, but at the same time, like, it provided so much peace because I finally had an answer. I could finally justify what I was feeling. So there was just a lot of different emotions.
I can imagine that, yeah, not knowing and then finding out, but then you're finding out you have leukemia, so yeah, lots of emotions there. And during the time that you were diagnosed with it and all that, how did the Dreamtime family help you do that?
The thing I remember most is getting your edible arrangement in the hospital.
Oh, yeah.
That was so good.
Oh, yeah, I forgot kind of about that. Yeah. I love those things.
Because honestly, like, anyone who has experienced cancer knows this, but you kind of like lose your taste, and food doesn't taste great. So like anything that you can find that you enjoy, like, oh my god, it's like the highlight of your day.
So you enjoyed that?
The fruit, yes, was amazing.
Awesome.
But yeah, I mean, you guys did so much more than that. Yeah, you guys texted me, you were praying for me, you posted about me, and you arranged a group at like the night last year in my name. Like, that just meant so much. So
yeah. Well, we love you. Were there moments that you saw that God was working when you didn't even know it, and through all this, what moments did you see Him working in your life through all this?
Yeah. Honestly, like, when I was diagnosed and throughout my entire first stay in the hospital, I was there for 36 days, so I did not go home, and I was going through my first round of chemotherapy then, so there was just like a lot going on and a lot of unknowns, and like we didn't know if the treatment would work. I didn't know if I'd be alive. Like, honestly, it was that scary and that unpredictable. But the Lord's presence was just like so evident every day. Like, in the people who came into my room, like my family, my friends, my nurses at Simon were just amazing. Yeah, and just I felt the Holy Spirit's presence. The Bible talks about the fruits of the Spirit being love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. And like, because I love the Lord, because I've accepted Jesus into my life, I felt all those things in in like a situation in life where like you would think it'd be impossible to feel those things. Like, the Lord truly revealed Himself. So
that's amazing. I'm so thankful that you had that peace during that time. Only Jesus can give that peace, so I'm so thankful. What does it mean for you to come back today and serve these kids that have cancer, knowing that you've gone through the same thing, and they're even younger than you, they're really kids, and they're going through this? How does that make you feel today to do this?
Yeah, a lot of emotions. My heart breaks for them because I can relate to them in some ways, but honestly, like, all cancers are different, and they're so much younger than I am. Like, I was lucky enough to be 21, to be married, and to have that support system, and be able to like have been through things like high school and college, and like I knew who I was. But as a kid, like, you don't have as many of those things. Like, a kid like should experience like innocence and joy and shouldn't have to go through things like cancer. So yeah, I feel a lot of compassion going into this event, but just a lot of excitement to be able to be there for them and to provide this opportunity to kind of escape the world of cancer and of treatment and of hospitals, and to just do something fun and be reminded of princesses and, lighthearted things like that. So to give them a moment to be a kid.
Yes, exactly. If there was one thing that you could tell these kids that are in the spot where you were at, what would that be? What would the one thing be to tell them?
Yes, it's hard to summarize it in one thing.
Yes.
But I would say that there's hope. There's so much hope, even in the midst of really hard days, even in the midst of doctors not bringing good news. There's so much hope to have, and I desire for every kid going through cancer to have an incredible support system and to be able to experience the Lord's presence in the same way that I felt it when I was first diagnosed. Because I'll be honest and say I would not have been able to go through it without Jesus. Yeah, so I would hope that they have a faith or they discover that as they're battling, and I would say to every kid with cancer that They're so strong, and they have my utmost respect and admiration.
Yeah. How does it feel tonight putting the corset back on and getting back into it?
It feels like I never left.
Yeah. Like, isn't that funny how that
Yeah.
happens like that? It seems like we're just here, but you aren't.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. I'm so glad to have you back. And can you tell everybody what your future is right now and things, or what you're going through right now, I guess I should say?
Yeah. So in non-medical terms, I am finished with my intense part of my chemotherapy treatment, but I'm still taking medication for the next 2 years to ensure that the cancer never comes back, because after my last bone marrow biopsy, I'm cancer-free. So very thankful for that.